Okay, here is my new Colt Python. Just got this the other day and I'm very excited about it. This is the Colt Python. This is the 3-inch variant. It's chambered in 357 Magnum, and I just find it to be a really, really beautiful revolver. I was going back and forth between the 4-inch and the 3-inch. 4-inch is probably a better shooter, but I just found that the 3-inch was more balanced, and I just thought it looked really, really sharp. Also, may be able to conceal this, under a jacket or a flannel or something like that. 4-inch might be a little bit more difficult. So first thoughts of the pistol were, wow, this thing is as beautiful as it looks in pictures. And being my first revolver, I was really, really excited. We have revolvers in the family and up at our cabin and things like that, but this is the first one that I've ever bought myself. So definitely exciting. I don't think there's a revolver that's more handsome. The Smith & Wesson 686 Plus Deluxe with the wood grips, that's a close second. And I was gonna get that. It's got 7 rounds. And Smith & Wesson obviously makes great stuff, but I decided to go with this. I found a good deal. So here we are. I mean, the fit and finish on this revolver is just really, really nice. The cylinder is great. The crane is really awesome. I love how it looks so cool recessed here in this part of underneath the barrel. Above the barrel you have this rib section, which is kind of the Python signature look there. That looks really cool. You have this Colt engraving there. It's Python 357 right here on the barrel. The grips are wonderful. They just look really cool with the medallion and the walnut. So as far as looks go, I don't think you can get any better. So that's obviously one of the reasons why I got this. The other reason is, the general consensus is that the triggers on Colt Pythons are the best out of the box than any other revolvers. So that's another reason why I went with this. So I did take it to the range and I did shoot. I shot about 50 rounds of 38 Special and 25 rounds of 357 Magnum, and it was great. It was great. First thing I want to talk about is the trigger. Coming into this, I think there was a lot of hype of this being, the holy grail triggers of revolvers. I don't have a ton of experience with revolvers, so I don't have a lot to go off of. When I first felt the double action trigger pull, and this gun is clear, as you can see, it felt good, it felt smooth. Didn't feel as smooth as I anticipated that it would. I don't want to dog it at all. It's definitely is smooth, and it's not as heavy as some revolvers out there, as most probably. But I was just expecting like angels to come down and sing with a beam of light through the clouds as I pulled that, and that just wasn't the case. I was a little underwhelmed, to be honest. But again, this is a brand new revolver. It may just need to be broken in. It may just need a couple 500 rounds, and then it starts to smooth out even more and get lighter and just be like butter. But all in all, yeah, it's good, it's smooth, but I think I was expecting it to be a little bit smoother. With that being said, the single action trigger is really nice. It's relatively light, and it just breaks really, really good. I do like that the recess on this trigger, the spring, it feels pretty strong, so it pops right back. I do like that a lot, and it's definitely stronger and more responsive than other revolvers that I felt. Probably the best part of the action, in my opinion, with this revolver is the hammer. To be honest, the texture, Smith & Wesson's textures on their hammers is way better. It's a lot sharper, and it's like small little dots that really, really dig in. I like the feel of that much more than this Colt. But pulling this hammer back is like butter. I mean, it is so smooth, and it's really, really light. So when you're shooting either one-handed or two-handed, and you just want to do single action triggers, it is really nice to do. You could do that all day. It's really nice and really smooth. So that, in my opinion, that's my favorite part of this trigger system and action. Hopefully, and I'm sure it will, this trigger will smooth out a little bit more and get a little bit lighter and be, you know, phenomenal as everyone hails it to be. I'm confident that it will, but my first impression was like, oh, I was a little bit let down. All right, so moving on from the trigger to the grips. I mean, these are the best looking grips that I've seen. They look amazing and they feel good. They're really smooth, but when you're shooting, especially 357 Magnum, these grips are not really good. The grip isn't great, and you know, especially the 38 Special, it's fine, but when you're shooting the hot loads of 357 Magnum, these grips don't have enough texture. They're too kind of slick, and I would prefer something else. Also, the screw there, you have the big hole there for the screw. So I don't know if it's my hands in general, but my middle finger lands right on that screw hole. So when it's recoiling under 357 mag, it digs into that, and that was not a great feeling. So I do have my Lyman trigger pull gauge right here. We're just going to do a couple pulls to see the trigger pull weight for the double. Okay, 8.65, 8.42, 8.36, so average. So yeah, about an 8.5 pound double action trigger pull, which is pretty light for a new revolver out of the box. Double action trigger pull, 8.5 pounds is it's pretty good. So let's now check the single action pull. 4 pounds 15 ounces, just under 5 pounds. 5 pounds 8 ounces. 5 pounds 5 ounces. So about 5.5 pounds is what I'm averaging on the single action trigger, which is really good for a revolver. So yeah, I mean, the trigger's good, it's undeniable, and I do think that double action will smooth out after probably only a few hundred more rounds, and it should be good to go. So I did some research, and apparently the one kind of big flaw about this new release of the Pythons is that their rear sight, it moves quite a bit and it doesn't hold zero great. So a lot of people recommend getting the Wilson Combat rear sight. So I went ahead and did that. And I also went ahead while I was there and got a gold bead for the front post. I think that's going to look really classy. I've never had a gold bead, but they're supposed to be great. So I'm going to install those probably in the next week, get everything zeroed in, and then test my accuracy again. But the gun was quite accurate. I just had to use some holds to make sure I was hitting where I wanted to. Okay, so there it is, the Colt Python 3-inch. Really excited to have this gun in my collection, continue shooting it, and to continue making content around this. It is really, really stunning. For me, this is gonna definitely be a target gun. It's absolutely gonna be a barbecue gun. Wear this in a holster to bonfires, barbecues. I mean, it just looks so damn good. Okay, so that's my Colt Python 357 Magnum. Thanks for tuning in. If you guys like the content, please like and subscribe. Plenty more videos around this Colt Python coming down the pipe, and we will see you guys on the next one.